project status meeting. Okay guys, I thought I'd come back and talk to you about the project status meeting. That's our next tool. So the purpose of the project status meeting is to get and communicate status about the project. There are two types of status meetings. Typically the project team meeting, where you do all the details of the team, and then the customer status meeting. I often like to keep those separate, right? In the status meeting with the team, you're going to get all the details and go over kind of all the goriness that's happening in the project. And then in the customer meeting, you'll really refine that, go over red, go over budget, go over the status, and really give that better view of exactly what's happening. So you're not really showing everything that's going on in the project, but you're presenting that accurate picture and accurate information. So I really, really like the status meeting. I think it's a critical tool on both agile projects, waterfall projects, manufacturing, research. You got to have the status meeting. So let's dive into that tool. Thank you. Okay, and so here it is here. And so when we think about the status meeting, we really think about those critical questions again. So when will you create them? Who's going to create it? So who, what, where, when, and how. Again, the standard questions that we keep asking. So the status meeting is going to be set up from the very beginning of the project and really going to be used throughout the life of the project, right? Who's going to do it? We just talked about their team member status meetings. There's customer status meetings. Both of them are actually going to use this tool. Why are you going to use it? Because you got to keep tracking the status of the project. You got to make sure if the project is not executing, you don't want to go weeks and weeks and weeks without knowing that. So it's really, really important that you actually have that information. How are you going to use it? Generally an in-person meeting. People to get together, you go over costs, you go over schedule, you go over issues, you go over risks, you go over resource information, and so on and so on. So really, really good information from that perspective. And so it's generally what decisions you make. Well, you make generally a lot of project decisions in the status meeting because it's the one chance a week where you pull everyone together and really understand what's happening. And so again, really goodness around project status meeting. I definitely think you need to have it. And so let's jump into the actual, what it would look like. There's that definition I was just showing you. But let's look at an example here. Here's one really quick example where you review last week's minutes. I can't stress enough how important that is, right? And so when you got that rhythm going, you got to keep the weekly minutes up. And so very, very important. You go over action items, you go over schedule, updates, budget information, risks, issues, lessons learned. Lessons learned in a status meeting. Yes, what you're going to want to do is really track from the very beginning of the project what the lessons learned are and where things are going well and where things are struggling. And so why do we do that? Well, we do that because we want to do course corrections. Say we got a designer on our project, Bob, and Bob is really, we think is an unbelievable designer, but he's actually failing miserably. Well, course correction, if Bob fails one week and Bob fails the next week and Bob fails the next week after that, and you're capturing that information, what would you do? Well, you get rid of Bob the designer because of course corrections. This is why you collect lessons learned. Do not wait to the end of the project. You do it in the status meeting. You do it when you have that ability to make those decisions so you can successfully implement your project. So let's just keep going down. So again, different types, daily checkpoints. You could have a status meeting when a project goes to red, for example. Weekly financial and budget reviews, media status, right? Depends if you're do a construction project where you've got media involved. Monthly management points. There's tons of different types of status meetings. Again, all documented in my my book, The Project Management Communication Tools. And so when you think about mastering it, we'll come down again. And again, we got a great agenda. And so I just want to pause there briefly so you guys have a look at that agenda. Last week's meetings, action items, major updates, current budget, risk issues, so much goodness, right? So much goodness that you have, that you capture within the project status meeting to allow you to make course corrections and allow you to drive your project going forward. So absolutely, we'll keep it there. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys online. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon. Bye. Excited to walk you through this. So as part of our course that we've been walking through, the Project Management Communication Tools course I've been putting up on YouTube and you guys have been watching, a lot of people are asking me about how do I get the actual files and how do I get this information. So a couple things I wanted to point out. If you jump into the paid tools, there's really 2 or 3 components I want to show you here. First of all the various PDF files. So for projects, for small projects, here's a PDF file, and what we've done, and you've seen this before, but we've broken down the tools of what you should use for small projects, what you should use for medium projects, what you should use for large projects. So we've broken all those down. And so as we go through this course, you're going to see, and I'll just jump into one of them, for example, you're going to see it's really a PDF of the book. It's 158 pages, so as we go through the course and we look at customer requirements and you actually see all the text and stuff that we're going through, that comes directly from the book. And so what we've done here is we've broken them down. So small projects from 1 week to 3 months, here are the tools in initiation, here are the tools in planning, and so on and so on. So you guys can go check those out on my store at any time. I'll come back, and again, of course, there's the medium projects and then for large projects. Now, again, if you're looking for the tools, so you actually love these and you don't want to hand type these tools are certainly right available right there. So again, it's really, really important as we walk through and you guys understand the tools and you want to start using the tools, you can certainly hand type all these tools, not a problem, or you can spend that low price and grab these tools and make them available for you right now. So very, very excited. I just want to spend a couple minutes. It's dowpublishingllc.com/store-2. Very easy to find. The files are right there. And again, thank you very much, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks.